camera is full of cute photos of your trick-or-treaters. Mine is anyway. But before you post those photos, maybe hit pause and consider this question. When it comes to your kids, do you overshare on social media? It's a modern mom dilemma, so we're turning to an expert for advice. Psychologist Dr. Adam Schwabach is here with the pros and cons of sharing your kids' stories and pictures and private moments with the whole wide world. It's great to have you here.
Hi,
Thank
Brooke.
you so much. This is a new term for me, sharenting is what it's called.
Yeah, it's a new term.
Define it.
Well, sharenting is where I think parents are maybe oversharing, posting too much about their children online. It's kind of that combination of parenting and sharing on social media outlets and doing it excessively.
And there's two components at play here. There's the safety aspect, which we hear a lot about.
Sure.
You're bringing the psychology perspective to the table, though. Where do parents go wrong on this?
Well, I think sometimes, we forget that our children have an opinion. They want to be aware of what's going on in their lives. And, one of the dangers is obviously sometimes parents can overshare and maybe be posting things online that might hurt their child's feelings or embarrass them or make them realize, hey, I didn't want that put on there, and maybe cause some conflict between the parent and the child.
Every once in a while, we'll see a dramatic news headline that taps into this, a parent who is trying to discipline their child by some sort of online embarrassment. From your psychology perspective, what's your reaction when you see something like that?
Well, I think it can be very damaging on relationships. I mean, one of the things parents need to really be aware of is children can be very embarrassed by what they post online. One of the things that parents should always avoid posting is venting or disciplining their child or talking about something that their child did wrong. I mean, that can be really detrimental to their relationship with their child.
You say the point is to consider their online footprint. Your child one day is going to have an online identity, and this could come back and haunt them.
Yeah, I mean, we forget that everything we post online can never, ever, ever be deleted, ever. And so even when your child is first born, parents are posting pictures of their child when they're infants, and we have to remember that image, those posts are permanent. They are never deleted, and that's going to follow that child through their entire life. So they really need to be thinking about what they're posting online.
And I mentioned the safety aspect. There's your child's image, likeness, face that you're putting out there. That's obviously something to consider as well.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, a lot of times there's a lot of organizations and folks that will download pictures from social media outlets and steal those images and post them on websites. You always need to be careful about what you're posting, where you're at, where your child is at. I mean, there's kind of a lot of safety concerns that we need to be thinking about as parents. You
work with many families through your practice, parents, kids, teens also. I'm curious what they kind of report back to you about their parents being involved in their online image, those teenagers in particular.
Well, especially as children get older, and usually by the time kids are about 9 or 10, they're much more aware of their self-image. And by the time these kids get older, they really want to know what their parents are posting. They're very concerned about that self-image. So parents need to be very aware that their child has feelings and concerns about what's being posted online.
Are we asking permission then, or what does the relationship look like there?
I really think parents need to be diligent about asking whether it's appropriate or not appropriate to post certain images or things online. I think especially as your child gets older, and we would want the same courtesy, I think, as an individual.
True.
So I think our children would be the same.
What's the bottom line then on finding a healthy balance in this sharenting topic?
I think parents need to be, first of all, very self-aware of what they're posting, what's the purpose of posting it, and then secondly, asking permission, talking openly to their child about it, and making sure that they're being cognizant and aware of what they're posting online and how that might impact their child, not just today, but in the future, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road.
It has to be amazing from your perspective to see how this online movement, this social media explosion has changed your work, what you do, building those relationships parent to child.
Right.
Adam,
Yeah.
thank you so much. We appreciate it.